Hello lovelies! Today's video is going to be a little summary of some of the things I've been reading and thinking about stress, specifically dealing with stress. And stress is something that everybody knows about and is acquainted with, as it's pretty natural. But one of the things not a lot of people know, or maybe they do, but I only discovered recently, was that stress causes inflammation, and that's what really is the negative thing for our bodies. Inflammation is basically the way we are when we're sick, when we have a cold, how our body experiences that. So it leads to like wrinkles and a lot of diseases, stuff like heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, depression, Alzheimer's. So a lot of things have been linked to chronic inflammation. So like being in that state of inflammation, which is caused by stress in prolonged periods of time. So of course you can't avoid stress every once in a while, but you can avoid being stressed all the time. And usually when you get stressed, it kind of just becomes a negative cycle and everything gets you more and more stressed. At least that's how I experience it. But anyways, so you can't necessarily get rid of the causes of stress, but you can learn to deal with stress. And that's what I'm going to be talking about. So first I'm going to cover some basic stuff. Get lots of sunshine and sleep. Just basic things. Make sure you're sleeping. Make sure you're getting outside. Maybe taking walks for 10 minutes a day. That's been shown to help. And keep plants around. Both the oxygen and just the atmosphere is likely to help you feel more relaxed. Also, when you remember to breathe deep breaths, your body kind of realizes that it's not in danger. And so this is also an important thing to remember for de-stressing. And of course, the best medicine, as my mom always told me, is cuddles. So if you have someone, you're lucky enough to have a cuddle buddy, then make sure to call them up. Loneliness is actually one of the biggest health factors, I think. I was reading something about that lately. So loneliness has been shown to have a worse effect on your health than smoking, which is pretty crazy to me. But of course, it's pretty essential to our well-being that we feel happy and loved. So if any of you also need to talk, then you are welcome to talk to me. So if all of this seems really obvious to you, maybe you just want to hear about what kinds of foods would be good to eat if you're feeling a little stressed. Stuff with vitamin C, firstly, like tomatoes and strawberries and oranges, of course. Red peppers also have a lot of vitamin C in them. So those are all good things for you. Omega-3 fatty acids are also important, and you can get those through fish or olive oil. So magnesium is great for regulating both blood pressure and cortisol levels, and magnesium is something you can get through leafy greens and stuff like that, so like spinach and that kind of thing. And yeah, one of the effects of stress is that it depletes your vitamin B stores, so be sure to stock up on vitamin B by eating lots of nuts and soybean products like tofu or soy milk. Also, luckily for me, two of my favorite things to eat and drink are related to lowering stress. Dark chocolate lowers cortisol, and tea gives a soothing effect, as most people know. And I find that both of these have a really calming effect on me. Of course, chocolate isn't good in large amounts, but it is good for dealing with stress sometimes, I find. And also, eating something that's makes you feel good but isn't pure sugar is important, because pure sugar gives you those weird mood spikes that make stress a lot harder to deal with. So something like chocolate is actually probably a good option. Then there's also a lot of herbs that are good, herbs and spices that can help. So stuff like turmeric is thought to be good. against stress or inflammation specifically. And cayenne pepper, ginger, cinnamon, cloves, sage, rosemary. So there's lots of different things. And those are maybe harder to keep in mind than the major things like eat spinach or drink tea or stuff like that. But you can find stuff on the internet, and I'm going to include the links to the places where I've been reading about what foods are good. So yeah, I hope this has helped a little. If anyone was looking for inspiration for how to feel a little less stressed these days, or at least make it not so unhealthy for your body to be stressed. Anyways, a quick little thing, not necessarily related to this, but something I've been thinking about lately is just that I've got like these two little sayings that I keep in mind now whenever I'm in different situations. So these days, the saying that is helping me most is that everything I do matters. Every action that I take, the way I spend every minute of every day matters. And if I spend those minutes well, then, you know, it will make my life better. It can make the lives of other people better. And that kind of helps me from getting into kind of, yeah, just depressed little lump of not feeling like doing anything because nothing matters. um, but then sometimes, not so much these days, but before when I've had exams and stuff, um, maybe that's not a good example, but when there's been stuff that's worrying me. Right now I've pretty much got everything under control, but um, sometimes like bad things happen, lots of bad things in a row, and then it kind of helps me to think, will this matter in a year from now? Will this matter in the future? Does this matter on a bigger plane than how am I going to feel tomorrow? Because I'm probably going to still be upset about it tomorrow, but I probably won't be upset about it in a year. So it's just a little reminder to not worry too much. But so those are little tips and tricks from me, and I hope you like them, and I hope you maybe suggest what other things you'd like to hear about my opinion on. And have a nice day. Thanks for watching.